Go. Great. Hey, gang. I'm here with Gina, and yeah, we're happy to talk to you guys today about some of the challenges that are going on in the world right now with the Corona, Chinese, Wuhan virus, whatever you want to call it, COVID-19, and I just want to give you guys some tools and some information and take away the fear and put you guys more in power. And Gina, what's the name of your website too?
Mine is Energy Yoga by Gina.com.
Great. So that's how they can get a hold of you if they have any questions. Also, you've got a Fiverr account here too as well.
Yes.
So, Gina, bring us up to speed. What's going on now? What do we know? Where are we at?
Well, everybody knows there's a virus out there. And there's a lot of misinformation or kind of conflicting because I think as the virus grows, there's different things we need to do.
Right.
However, the thing that is most comforting is it's not a hardy virus.
Good.
It is not hard to kill. I think it's just sometimes people don't understand what they should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, the main thing is you want to be constantly washing your hands, especially if you're in public, when you come home from being out in public. I'll just tell you what I do.
Please.
And what I tell my clients to do is if you're going to go out in public, wear something that when you come home you can take off right away and you're going to wash, because the soap will kill the virus. You don't want to be wearing anything that somebody may have coughed on or you may have brushed up against, maybe especially metal surfaces, to where the germs are on your clothes. And since it's not a hardy virus, you do have to have a fairly continuous exposure to it. People will wear face masks, but that's so you don't touch your face. Because just a general face mask is not gonna block a virus. But the way you get the virus is you get it on your hands and then you touch your face, your mouth, your nose, your eyes. Maybe if you have like an open pimple and you kind of pick it. Those kind of things are things that actually introduce the virus to your body. If you're breathing it in, what me and my family do is we are drinking more hot liquids. It is heat sensitive. It's not hard to kill with heat. So that, I guess that makes everybody's coffee okay nowadays.
Right.
What I have my family do, and I've actually got the product here. My go-to product is actually DMSO.
Okay.
And you want to buy pharmaceutical grade. A lot of people are leery of DMSO because they feel it's a chemical. It's a derivative from wood production, so that probably makes it sound like a chemical. I've used it off and on for 20 years I've used it for everything from common cold. I had pleurisy once. I used it and got rid of it. I had a girlfriend recently who very high fever, 105. Got her fever gone in 2 days. So DMSO is really, really great. Do you want me to get into how to use that? I'll get into how to use that a little bit later. So
yeah.
Let's talk about what do you do in public.
Well, let me ask you this. Can you get DMSO? Where do you get it at?
I just order mine on Amazon.
Amazon.
You can get it at some health food stores. Okay. In the Midwest, it's a little still kind of controversial, so it's kind of hard just to walk into a store and buy it. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you can get it from a veterinarian. Sometimes you can get it from a feedlot store. They use it a lot in animals. We used it a lot when I used to work for a vet when I was in college, and they used it all the time. I mean, it was not considered anything unusual. Mm-hmm. Western medicine does use DMSO. The FDA's cleared it for interstitial cystitis, for people who have chronic bladder issues. They'll irrigate the bladder with it. So the medical community uses it. It's just a lot of people aren't sure how to use it, so it doesn't irritate your skin. People will say, and it's a sulfur base, so they'll be like, well, I'm allergic to sulfur and sulfur medications. So am I. I can't take sulfur medications, but I take DMSO just fine. So if you're worried about if you're allergic to it or not, just dilute it with distilled water and rub a little bit on your skin.
Okay.
And see if it bothers you. I mean, if you're allergic, you'll know.
Right away.
But one thing I do want to mention that I've been seeing out in public is a lot of people are wearing gloves. Mm-hmm. And especially like if you're going through the drive-through and you're going to see these food service people wearing gloves, I think it's giving people a false sense of security because, I have gloves on, like I'm not going to get any germs.
Right.
Okay, but you're getting the germs on your gloves, and then you're sharing that with everything else you touch. And if you touch, and I actually seen a guy the other day had gloves on, and then he rubbed his face. I was like, okay, that's not helping. So
right.
my concern is I think people are thinking that some of these things are giving them a false sense of security,
Right.
when really, even if you're in public, you know, a little Purell, you know, all that's going to kill the virus much better than wearing gloves and thinking, oh, I can't get infected now. And
Right.
and maybe you can't, because, you know, you can take your gloves off.
Mm-hmm.
But how many other people are you infecting because you're not sanitizing your hands?
Right.
Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, sure does.
So that's my concern about gloves. And if you are a face toucher, or you're concerned about things touching your face, then yes, definitely wear a mask while you're out and about.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I see people doing those cloth bandanas here in Denver now. Is that effective at all?
Okay, it's not effective at preventing you from breathing in the virus, but it's going to prevent you from touching your face.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I actually seen somebody the other day. I think they had a pair of their, seriously, I think it was a pair of her husband's underwear.
What?
She had pulled her head through the leg of it, and then spun it around almost like a little hat. Because right across her forehead it said like Fruit of the Loom or something.
Was she at Walmart? Did you see her at Walmart?
No, she was out running her dog.
What the
I mean,
hell?
it was kind of chilly here, so I think she was just doing kind of adult. I mean, you could just barely see her eyes, and I thought, well, it's kind of a good idea because she's definitely not going to touch her face.
Yeah, hope they were clean. Okay, so yeah. So before we get in DMSO, I was using some vitamin C, liposomal vitamin C, supposed to be a little higher absorbable.
Yeah, it's easier to soak up.
Easier to soak up. And then also oil of oregano, a natural antiviral, antifungal,
Yep, and you can.
antibacterial.
Some people don't tolerate that one well. Like, I don't tolerate that one well. But I can tell you what the doctors are. I think it was Dr. Grunby, Grundy.
Mm-hmm.
So he was suggesting 4 to 6 grams of vitamin C, you know, throughout the day. Making sure you were up on your vitamin D.
Right. That was the
5,000
next.
IUs a day.
Okay.
He said if you feel like something's coming on,
Mm-hmm.
you're supposed to take 150,000 IUs for 3 days.
Wow.
And then go back to your 5,000. And I know that sounds like a lot, but you only do it for 3 days.
Yeah.
So here's vitamin C,
Vitamin D. Mm-hmm.
and
I had heard just getting sunlight, your body can absorb.
Yep. You can even,
20,000.
if you don't want to wash your clothes, you can even lay your clothes out in the sun, flip it over, 10 minutes each side. That'll kill the virus.
Yeah.
It's not a hardy virus. That's what's exciting. The challenge is that when you breathe it in, is it kind of hangs out in your throat for a while. Your throat's job is to prevent things from going to your sinuses and prevent things from going to your lungs. So if you're drinking hot liquids, or like what I have my family do, is we'll just put like 1 or 2 drops of DMSO in like 1/4 a cup of distilled water. You don't want to mix it with anything but distilled water. And we'll just gargle with it like once a day. You know, or if I come back and I think I may have been exposed, I come home and I'll gargle with 2 or 3 drops and then I just swallow it. The downside on DMSO is if you take a lot of it internally, you will smell bad. You personally won't smell it, but everybody else around you will.
Where's those rotten eggs coming from? Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll go away in about 120 hours. It's very effective.
Wow.
I've had a few people where they're just like, you know, I just feel really bad, and they're afraid they may be catching it. I'll mix up about, I don't know, it's probably 1/2 cup of water, 1/4 of a cup, 1/2 cup of water to about 7 drops of DMSO.
Yeah.
And then I'll put like 20 of those in a big glass bottle, and I just leave it on their porch.
Right.
And then, so that'd be like 32 ounces of water, or maybe a little bit more. But then I have them drink about 4 ounces of that right off the bat, and then every morning and night drink the 2 ounces, or you can drink it 2 or 3 times a day, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You can drink the whole thing, and it's not going to hurt you. You're just going to smell bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, most people in 2 to 3 days are like, oh my God, I feel normal again. Whether they have the virus or not, I don't know. People who have developed an aggressive cough, like when I came back from New Zealand, I can't remember if you heard me when I got back from New Zealand. I sounded terrible. So I actually used DMSO, colloidal silver, distilled water, and I nebulized with it for about 4 or 5 days, twice a day.
Right.
Pretty much got rid of the lung congestion, the mucus, all that kind of stuff. I rarely get a cough. I mean, so I was floored when I had one. Did I have a virus? I don't know. Unless you are short of breath, they don't want you going to the ER or seeking medical attention.
Right.
But as soon as you get short of breath, they want you to be in there right away.
Yeah.
Like they don't want you to wait. I was never short of breath when I had my cough. However, my son-in-law got really sick, did go to the doctor, they gave him antibiotics, so they asked for a sinus infection and cough. He got better, but it really didn't get rid of his stuff. So then we had him nebulized with the DMSO, the colloidal silver, distilled water, about once a day. And then I had him take, I think it was about 4 drops, 2 to 3 times a day, and in 2 or 3 days he was fine.
Yeah.
The sinus infection finally went away. Because they let him go back to work. I mean, it's, you know, some people are in essential jobs. Some people are getting hazard pay. I mean, you can always ask your company for hazard pay.
Yeah. You even mentioned unemployment. Some states are allowing the self-employed and other people to get unemployment.
Yes. So with me being a massage therapist and that kind of stuff, I could actually legally still work because the way our office is set up and we're divided by walls, and we have the ability to keep people 6 feet apart. Legally, I can still work. If not, everybody else is pretty much shut down to May 1st. However, nobody wants to come in, and I don't blame them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I actually did. I filed for unemployment last week, and then you have to file every single week filing unemployment until you can go back to work.
Right. Okay. Good deal. Let's see. Anything else? Any parting wisdom? Part of this package, you're going to give a healing recording. I'm also doing the healing recording as well for folks.
Yeah, so I've actually got 2 audios.
Okay.
The biggest thing is people are stressing out. I will add, though, on top of the vitamin C, the D3, I am making sure that everybody has a daily iodine intake. So many people just are low on iodine.
Oh.
And your energy levels, so many things, really, your thyroid has got to be functioning well.
Okay.
For people who have some pre-existing stuff going on, you know, they've got some, you know, high blood pressure, kidney issues, that kind of stuff, I do have them take lysine. I think I got a bottle of it. I don't really care what brand, but it's 1,000 milligrams, and you can take it 2 or 3 times a day. Great antiviral.
Okay.
Yeah, for my people who have like lupus, Epstein-Barr, all that stuff, yeah, that's the thing.
Okay.
Colloidal silver you can either make or you can. My favorite brand is the Meso Silver.
Okay.
But you can
show that again, would you? Your hand was covering the label.
Well, because I'm not real. This is a Meso Platinum.
Oh,
but
okay.
It was Meso Silver.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay. But you can get colloidal silver just about anywhere. You can even make it yourself if you want.
Oh.
So those are all the different supplements. You can use Providone iodine, that little guy, to clean things.
Right.
You know, if you're really worried about viruses, you can, you know, you can dilute it way down. You can wash your fruit with it. People don't realize, like before surgery, they used to scrub people down with iodine.
Oh.
It kills all sorts of stuff. It does stain though, so don't use it on clothes and that kind of stuff.
Right.
But you know, if you want to wash, if you have nothing else available, iodine will kill germs too.
Okay.
Peroxide will kill germs. It's not a hardy virus. Thank goodness, it's easy to kill.
Right on. Tell us about those 2 recordings. Can they use it daily?
So
what do you got?
What I've noticed with most people is they're so stressed out and worked up, and they're bored at home. And so one of them is to rebuild our thymus.
Okay.
It's about a 10-minute meditation. I have you go through to focus in different areas, and then we actually focus on bringing in more elevated emotions instead of all the stressed out ones we are stressing on. And that one's good for kind of bringing you back to a healthier place. There's energy work backing it up to help heal the thymus so your immune system's better. The other one is about almost an hour long. It's got 5 different processes in it, because what a lot of people are finding out now that they're at home and they don't have all these distractions, they're becoming aware of all kinds of things. You know,
Right.
People are fighting a little bit more. They're having a harder time coping with things.
Yeah.
Some people are realizing, oh, you know, maybe I got a little depression. You know, there's things that people are becoming aware of, and that's part of being, I don't know if you want to call it downtime, but having that time to really reflect on what's important in your life and who are you and what do you want.
Right.
Because we start to notice those.
Yeah.
So that longer one, there's some breath work in the beginning to kind of amp up your nervous system to get it ready for the change. And then we go through and we integrate emotions that are trapped in the body. There's, trying to remember, there's a whole bunch of different
Sounds amazing. Sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's a very nice one. I do it like before I go to bed at night. I usually end up falling asleep.
Wow.
But, and even if you fall asleep, the energy work that's on that audio is still going to do its thing. You'll get a general balancing, but when you specifically listen to the audio and you follow the instructions and you focus on your body and you find those tense areas, you're going to get a more direct balancing.
Right.
But if you just play it in the background, it'll just give you a general balancing.
Okay. Good. Cool.
So yeah, they're kind of cool. I like
Yeah. I've got a couple recordings I was going to do. One, I paid this recording artist to record it. It's Every Little Cell in My Body as well. It's
cool.
the old NLP song.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that one. And then there's another smile meditation I have, which helps people with stress and really helps them out that way.
Oh, great. Yeah.
And then the third thing, I was going to do a guided visualization or hypnosis session on helping them boost their immune system, really supercharge it, and then set up shielding and stuff too. So really powerful. So great. Any parting words? Gina, I know with all this stress, people are, all the things are coming out that are hidden right now.
We have been easily ignoring because we get distracted.
Yeah.
I have been telling people, eat well, sleep well, and get your exercise.
Solid advice.
The biggest thing that is so hard for people to do is to get their exercise done. And I'm like, I don't care if it's yoga, I don't care if it's stretching.
Do something.
If the weather's nice, get out and walk your dog. I don't suggest taking your dog anywhere, like into a public building, because they can get stuff on their feet and then bring it into your house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can come up with all sorts of ways to make people worry about germs.
Right.
But I want to empower them that if you're conscientious and you wash your hands and you can use your hand sanitizer, some people have thieves spray. There's essential oils. I mean, there's so many things you can do to ward off the virus. And if you do get it, there's supplements you can take. The DMSO, that's the biggest one most people have the fastest turnaround with is with that one, but it's also the most controversial for people to use.
Yeah, they need to be real careful how they use it and make sure they're following.
As long as you're diluting it with distilled water and you're not allergic to it. That's why I tell people if you've never taken it, dilute it with some distilled water, and you can dilute it way down. I mean, that bottle I showed you is 3.4 ounces. I've had that for like a long time. I use it in drops.
Right.
I don't rub it straight on my skin. It's diluted.
Right.
It's just it'll make you smell bad.
Yeah.
It's the only downside.
Right on. Yeah, and we're not giving any medical advice. Seek your doctor. This is just things that we've done for ourselves.
These are just the things that Mike and I have done to stay healthy and protect our family and our loved ones.
Yep. Great. Well, thank you for your time, Gina. This was great. I'm sure they'll love it. And if they have questions for you, they can go to your website. What's your website again? And your email's on there, right?
So my website is energyyogabyGina.com.
Okay, great.
There's a little contact thing in there. You can click on and if you have any questions.
Super. And you do private sessions and everything like that as well?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. And then also you're on Fiverr as well. What's the handle for Fiverr on there for you?
My screen name is GGreen3 on Fiverr.
Okay.
But if you type in like Harmonium or Body Talk or something like that, then
I'll get you that way.
Usually my gigs will pull up.
Great. Awesome, Gina. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day. We're getting through this.
Okay.
All right.